All right, so check this out. This is the back of the Cybertruck. We're gonna start here. I wanna show you guys the tonneau cover and the trunk, or the tailbit. Press one button, it comes down. Now this has got a super spring in here, which helps you with the, I mean, this is so, it feels light even though it's actually heavy. You can feel it like just giving so much give. And then you go ahead and close it, and it's got a soft close. You'll notice that, I mean, amazing. Tonneau cover. It's got two buttons. One button is a hard press. It goes all the way in. Press it again, you can stop it right there, but that goes all the way in. You'll notice how silent it is compared to a lot of tonneau covers. It's pretty amazing. Smooth like butter. We're gonna check out the charge port. Simple, just like with most Teslas, all you gotta do is press it, it opens up. You got the Cybertruck logo here. You also have just your basic charger port. You cannot put a CCS adapter on this charge port. You can do anything else, but you cannot put a CCS adapter on it. So, but that's the rear end. You got your trunk, the tailgate, your tonneau cover, charge port, and that's the tail end of the Cybertruck. So while the trunk is open, you'll notice that you have, T-Sportline has this awesome bed liner, non-slip. But check this out, you got plenty of storage in here for anything. This has spacers in here. You can take those out and create like super amount of space. Also drain plug, so you can put ice in there. Keep that as for tailgating for parties. And on this side, we also got all of your super outlets. So you got your NEMA 1450, which is a 240 volt, and you got two 120s. You can go ahead and weld off of this thing. The output is amazing.
So for you truck heads out there, we wanted to quickly just check the full length of what the bed is from the back. So it's a full 6 feet and 1 inch. This does not include the tailgate, which will get you to a full about 8 feet. Let's just check the width as well. So if you look at the width here, we have a width of about 4 feet and 9 inches. So that's at the low parts as well. All right, so now we're in the Frunk. So obviously we all love our Frunks, especially as electric vehicle owners, because there's no motor sitting in the front. But here it's really easy to open. You literally just are gonna put your fingers under and push in, and it opens up automatically. And there's a ton of space. You can actually fit two luggages in here that actually are the standard for the baggage claim, not baggage claim, but for TSA to actually carry on. So you can fit here, but there's a lot of space in here. And when you want to close it, you again come to the front and just press in, and it closes automatically. All right, so the Cybertruck, as we all know, has the biggest windshield ever put on a truck or car. It also has only one windshield wiper, which is the size of Texas, metaphorically speaking, but we thought we would just measure both for you. So we're gonna measure the windshield wiper first, going all the way from the top to the bottom. This thing is literally 5 feet 3 inches. Again, I'm not gonna be completely exact here. So that's just the windshield wiper, and it covers the full windshield. Again, this is the largest vehicle to ever have a windshield this size. So we're gonna go all the way to the top here and have it come down. And you were talking about 5 feet and about 10 inches. Again, these aren't gonna be exact numbers, but 5 feet and 10 inches is just absolutely insane. The one thing that we thought about when we were inside the truck was you really can't see the front, even from when you're sitting in the truck, even if you're used to higher cars, or just being in like a Model X, or even a truck. So that is a huge change where you don't feel the window going all the way up and over like you do in the Model X. It's because really the windshield is long in the front versus in the back like the Model X. We are privileged to be looking at a white Satin Cybertruck, and it's the Foundation series, which has some really cool logos here. Some of the other stuff to call out is just the cameras. There's cameras here. Obviously, you can actually even remove the side mirror, which is pretty exciting. And literally, you could remove that. And I've seen, shout out to Tesbros, they removed one. And literally, when you blinker, the camera will just show you what is in that lane. So the Foundation series, they're gonna make a limited edition, which is really exciting. Something else to just quickly call out is how do you even open and get into a Cybertruck? So you just push in there, and the great thing is there's a safety feature. I can't push this closed, so my fingers can't get caught in. The only way to open it is pull it all the way out, and if you look, just look at how much room you get to get into this car. This is similar to your typical door, but you have the things to be able to open up the windows from all sides, along with pressing this button to open up the door, and then the emergency thing as well right here. But it's really incredible to see that this truck is a brand of its own. They don't have the Tesla logo at all throughout this whole car, but I just wanted to call out those short things of how do you get into the car, some of the cool labeling, and also the Foundation series. All right, so we're standing outside the Cybertruck. It is fully raised at high. This is not the off-road high, but here you can actually see it's about 14 inches of clearance from the bottom. I do know at the off-road size, it's 17 inches of clearance. So that just kind of gives you some helpful insight when you're off-roading. All right, so now we are at the low setting. So before we raise it up, we want to give you some guidance on the measurement of clearance when it's on low mode. So if we just check real quick here. So you are at about, call it about nine inches of clearance when it's on low mode. So when you're around town and on low mode, you have 9 inches of clearance. All right, so we're in the second row of the Cybertruck, and there's a lot of storage here. As you can see, for any truck owner, if you pull that thing right there, you can actually pull it all the way up and it locks. So we're gonna do this all the way across, and you can just see the amount of space that you have now. Now we're gonna put it down. Let's put this down. Right, so in the back, you actually have 2 additional cup holders that you can get access to if you don't use all of that, but tons of space here, a lot of storage.
What we have here is a rear camera screen for the Cybertruck. You got a power button for the AC. You have your seats. You can move your seats forward and backwards from here. So if this person's too far back or maybe they're not in it, you can go ahead and move that. You got your heated seats, of course. Not the center one. Nobody's sitting there. So you have all of your media, Netflix, YouTube, Hulu. You can watch everything with your Bluetooth connected. Pretty awesome sauce. Music, if you were connected to the, whatever is connected for the music, it would play here as well. We're not going to do that now for copyrights. You're back at the fan. Like, you'll notice it created a hex for this as well. You know what I mean? They got the Cybertruck hex angles for your air thing. Turn that off. Turn that on. Fans here. Power. I mean, they really thought of everything. When you look at what you can do, like it's pretty incredible.
All right, so we're inside the Cybertruck now, and the level of detail that they put into this interior is absolutely stunning. If you look at these seats, it really keeps you in the seat and how it really protects you. The side walls are very high, even all the way down to where you're sitting. It actually even has the Cybertruck feel. We also have 2 phone chargers right here, so you can stick your phones there and it'll charge. And it'll actually charge it very quickly. We also have 2 spots where you can stick your drinks. It even has a Cybertruck feel. And if we lift up this, you have additional space for storage all the way down, and even some extra space for USB, along with access to outlets, which you can access through the software and give power to your trunk or the bed of the truck along with right here. But everything really in the Cybertruck has a Cybertruck feel to it. This is a really cool interior. You can even see here, it's a little bit lifted up as far as where the feet can go between the passenger and the driver. There's a middle area here that is just differentiated between the brake and the pedal. All right, so this is the software and UI of the Cybertruck. Again, you have these Easter eggs here. I'm gonna put up the window, and you actually, as I'm putting up the window, you can see it going up, but here are some Easter eggs. If I keep tapping.
Oh my God.
So if you remember from the Cybertruck launch, they obviously broke the windows.
Oh man, it didn't go through.
And clearly you can see even Elon's voice here. So I love those Easter eggs that they continue to put in to all of these amazing cars that they make. Here you have the standard view. Again, this is an 18.5-inch screen. This is all typical stuff that you'll see in your Model 3, Model Y, S, and X. You'll see the phone. You'll see the opportunities for your music. Here are the cameras. This is your front camera, your two side cameras. And as you're driving, actually your back camera will be showing up, especially with the tonneau cover closed. You'll see that. We also have additional features like all of the additional options from arcade, toy box, browser, manual, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of that typical stuff. And you can customize what needs to be at the top. We also have the owner's manual if you ever want to go into, you know, what you need to know more about your Cybertruck. We also have your calendar here, which you can connect. And then we have the light show, which we also will be showcasing. Of course, you have your farts, your tracks, the romance mode, classic. We have the sketch pad for your kids who are artists. And then we have Mars mode. This is pretty epic. So let's go to Mars mode and check this out. This is awesome. So let's go here. Let's put this down. Let's see.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Look at this. You can see all the doors open. I mean, this is again Mars mode. It's pretty incredible to think. And then let's go back and close that down. Go back to regular species and we'll close this. Again, you can see the full Cybertruck. I mean, just the level of detail in this UI is pretty incredible. From there, you obviously have your volume controls, which I'm not going to turn on some music. You have your air conditioning, heater, all of that. You can actually, similar to your Model 3 and Model S and X, you can create where you want, you know, the air to go, the air to flow. You can even do it for the rear. You can control it, you know, if you have kids, you can control that completely, where to go. There's dog mode, camp mode, you know, just keeping the air at a certain rate if you need to. So let's go back to the front. And again, you know, similar to everything else, you can literally control the heating of your seats as well completely from here. Let's just turn this off. So now we're going to get into the views that you have within the Cybertruck as far as the UI goes. So there's controls. Again, you can control the full car with, you know, the mirrors to the ride height from entry all the way to high. You can open and close the tonneau cover, do car wash mode. You can fold the mirrors and you can adjust the steering wheel. Looks like there's even some recording you can do with Sentry mode. You can do child locks, window lock, and then you can even open up the glove box, which is pretty cool. So we'll close that for now. Here are the dynamics. So this is, you know, the drive mode, the acceleration, the ride and handling, the preferred ride height. Again, you can play with all of these. There's even an off-road mode. You can go to comfort, sport, custom, and off-road to get the driving style that you need. There's towing and hauling, and from what I know, all you really do is once you hook up whatever you're towing, it'll just automatically know what's going on. So you have all of your different options from the trailer brake gain to the trailer brake boost, and a couple of additional options here. We have our charging, which will again tell you what rate you're at And again, this UI is all completely different because it's a different screen size. You can open up the charge port, you know, the full 48 volt location as well. And you have the ability to schedule at this location, like what time you want to charge. It tells you even, you know, the last time we were charging, how much we paid. Here are the outlets which you can turn on to, and this is a game changer. You can do vehicle to vehicle charging. You can potentially even do welding. You could run any electrical thing from the back with two 120 volts and a 240 volt. And then even in your glove box, or sorry, not glove box, but in the storage compartment in the middle of the front row, there's an opportunity for a 120 volt. And you can, you know, access and charge whatever you need to from there. And you just power it from here. You just turn it on. It's really, really simple, all of these. And then there's a couple of additional ones down here. We go into autopilot. So one thing is that, you know, the Cybertruck currently does not have full self-driving beta. Elon has said that, you know, out of all the millions of vehicles that have been released, you know, the Cybertruck, obviously given the volume amount, is going to be deprioritized, which makes sense. But here are all the typical capabilities that you'll have for your full self-driving. I'm, again, not going to go completely through that. You have your locks. Again, these are locks and, you know, hooked up with your key cards. Again, I'm not going to completely go into that. We have lights, your headlights, your auto turn signals, your auto high beams, your bed light brightness. You can actually have that go all the way up, all the way to off. Accent lights, the great thing is that you can turn it on and turn it to any color you want, which is really cool. We have the dome lights, so those are auto on or off. Footwell lights as well. You have your display. Again, you know, you can go light mode, dark mode, and then auto. You can also reduce the blue light if you want. You can do Cybertruck logo. That's pretty cool. And then you have brightness. You can take that up or go down. Rear view camera as well. You can turn that on or off or on auto. And then you just scroll up. Again, all of the typical stuff you'll see on the display. We have our trips, which will tell you all of the stats for your trips. The navigation, you got your volume, using HOV lanes, automatic navigation, trip planner. We have safety. Again, here you can turn on sentry mode depending on where you are. You can turn on the dash cam, obviously, which is important. You can delete dash cam clips, format your USB. Again, typical stuff, but the UI here, oh, shout out to Joe mode. But it's all the typical stuff, but the UI again is different. So there's service mode, again, with those things. And I'm gonna skip software right now because of just protecting the VIN here. But this is the full walkthrough, high level of the UI of the Cybertruck.